everyone, we are back today and Jack is going through some of his watches because a lot of them are dead, and we're going to get some batteries for those. We used to get like those coupons in the mail and be able to go get a free watch battery, but I haven't seen those come in the mail in Florida ever. That's what we always did in Phoenix and Georgia. So he ended up getting like a battery replacement kit off of Amazon, and we've just been doing it ourselves. And then I got a swimsuit for the baby girl and another little dress, so I'll show you what those are. She looks super good in yellow, so I love to buy her yellow clothes right now. It just looks really pretty on her skin, and I love it because yellow is my favorite color. So I found this cute little dress that comes with a sun hat. I got it at Marshall's for $6.99, so it's just a little dress, and it comes with like the built-in underwear, and then it comes with a little hat because since she can't wear sunscreen yet, I want to try to protect her skin. But I thought this was super cute. And then when we were at Target, we found this little swimsuit, and it's got a little bow on the back. She doesn't have a swimsuit yet. My mom brought a swimsuit that she saved that was mine when I was little. So she brought that one, and I did try it on her, but it doesn't quite fit yet. So we got this one for now, and we got this one at Target for $9.10. Also, like the last 3 days, baby girl found a new spot that she likes to sleep, and she likes when you like hold her here, so like her head is laying on your shoulder. It's so sweet. She was just sleeping like that on Jack. She fell asleep on me like that. She just started to really like to lay that way. I don't know if it's like the pressure on her belly or just like her getting a little bit bigger, but that's her new little cute spot that she likes to sleep at.
Erica already showed you that I've been working on my watches, so I wanted to show you what I've done so far and just the brands that I'm switching out the batteries for. The first watch that had a dead battery is a Nixon. I'm holding it weird because the back's already off of it, as you can see. And then this is the battery that was in it, and you're not going to be able to probably pick it up on camera, but it is an LR626. See if I zoom super close if this camera will autofocus. Nope, not going to autofocus, but this is the battery, and it goes right in that spot there. So I need to buy that battery. And then this one I just opened up. This is a Fossil watch. As you can see, the insides are a little different. The Fossil watch has a little more plastic in it than the Nixon watch. And then, so what I have to do is take this plastic piece off to get to the battery, and I'll do that now. Well, I wasn't expecting this. This one's been dead for a while, and so that's a look at what the watch looks like, the face of it. But as you can see, I've worn this one a lot. What I was getting at was I took this plastic piece off that sits right here on top, and when I took it off, the battery's already missing. So I must have already taken the battery out, and I don't know what I did with that battery. Therefore, I got to figure out what size battery this one takes. So now I have to do some sleuthing. I got lucky. So this is the 10. I was showing the 10 that majority of the Fossil watches come in these 10s, or at least they used to back in like the mid 2010s. They used to give you a box to put them in. I haven't bought a Fossil watch in good 10 years or more, so that's why like I was showing this one's been used quite a lot. And the nice part is back then when I was buying these ones lasted forever. So that's one thing that I did love about Fossil watches, but I don't have to do too much sleuthing because the battery was in the box. Therefore, I need to buy a SR621SW battery. This is the one frustrating part that I have with watches that have batteries in them, is they all take a different battery. So now I end up getting like a multitude of different batteries. For example, this Nixon that I have on right now, this is the 5130 Nixon in champagne gold. They don't make this one anymore. I actually got this one a while back as well. but I had to buy this 377 to fit this watch. So I have an extra one of these, and of course the 2 watches that I've opened, and I have a third one that I'm going to open here in a second, don't take the 377. Therefore, I end up having to buy a ton of different batteries. One other frustrating part about buying watch batteries is the fact that they're so freaking expensive. Like for this battery that's no bigger than the size of like a pill is literally, or an aspirin, is literally $5 to $10. Last but not least, this is the final watch that I'm going to open up to get the battery out. This is another Fossil, and what I do is turn it over, and then I use this to open up the back. So these 3 kind of, I don't know, pegs, if you want to call them that, fit into these grooves in the back of the watch, and then I just twist this so it twists counterclockwise, and it should open up the back like this one. So then this is what it looks like after the fact. One thing I just realized about this watch is it's like dry rotted. Let me see if I can show. Yeah, that's how much I've used this watch, that the leather has dry rotted. I'm still gonna get a battery and see if the band actually cracks, but it shouldn't, because it looks still in good shape. It's just a little cracked on the inside where like you sweat, but the front side still looks semi brand new. Like I mentioned before, these are all, I would say, from 2011 to 2015. I haven't bought like a new Fossil watch since then. This is just the stash that I had, and you can just tell the quality of them was actually really good back then. I got the back of the watch off, so now what I'm going to do is use these kind of little tweezers, and what I do is just go in here and kind of work this battery out. And it should just pop out just like that. So now I got the battery pulled out, and this one's actually a little bigger than the rest of them, and this one is a 370. So this one might be able to pick it up if my big finger would get out of the way. But 370 right there. Like I mentioned before, this is the frustrating part, is I have 3 different watches, actually 4 because I have one on, 4 different watches with 4 different batteries. Here's also a look on the inside of the Fossil watch that I just opened up. As you can see, they're all different styles on the inside of each of the different watches. The inside of the watches are actually different on each of the watches, just because the mechanics of the face determine what goes inside. So if there's more dials, there's going to be more mechanics inside the watch. If there's less dials, there's going to be less mechanics inside the watch. That's why I think this watch that I just took off, the Fossil, has a bigger battery because it's got more functions to actually keep the watch going. Same with this Nixon that I have on. It's got a 377, so it's got a bigger battery because this Nixon has a multiple different functions on it. Like the second hand, there's like 2 second hands that can count. There's also a date that has to move around. So the more things that move around, the bigger the battery usually has to be. That's why the insides of each of the different watches are different. Here's a look at my watch battery repair kit. So first off, like I mentioned, this is kind of like the wrench that I use to get the backs of the watches off. So each of these different kind of pegs go into the back of the watch, and you turn counterclockwise. And this one's really nice. I had one that was plastic that was terrible, so I definitely recommend getting like the metal one. It definitely works a lot better. I have excess of those pins just in case if they get scratched up, or if the watch needs like a different size. These ones are kind of medium size. I have different size like pins just in case if the back is different, like the indentations like I shown before, if those are smaller or bigger. And then I have like a wipe cloth. Then these are kind of just tools like small screwdrivers, that like flathead screwdrivers if I need those. Then this is kind of like a scalpel or like a palette that I use to get the backs off. I usually don't use that one too often. Also, this is kind of like if you got any dust or anything, this will get any dust or debris out of the watches. A little hammer. This piece here, I don't really use it too often, but ultimately this is what you put the face into, and then you tighten the face down. So for example, you put your face kind of in here like so. I'm trying to do this one-handed, but the face kind of sits down in there like that, and then it allows you to access the back of the watch better. And then the next piece here, this is used to, if you have like a metal watch, kind of like this one, this is what helps pushes those pins out that are between each of the different links in your watch. I was trying to show. So each of those pins right there that are in between, that will help push the pins out. This is also one of those mechanisms that you can use, like you can lay the links across here and you can tap them out as well with the hammer. And then last but not least in this corner, there's also some pins that they give you just in case if you lose any pins in your watch. I picked up this set on Amazon. They're literally like 20 bucks or less, and I love it. It helps me replace my watch batteries, and it's just saved us money, time, hassle of like going up to the mall or our local jewelry store and saying like, hey, I need a watch repaired or watch battery replaced, because they usually charge anywhere from like 25 or 35 bucks to get a battery replaced.
I'm painting my nails for Mother's Day. Favorite color is by OPI and it's called Funny Bunny. I wore this on Jack and I's wedding day, and he found this pack for me. I don't know if it was before we got married or like after. I think it was after, because it was the first time I got my like nails done with us being together, and I wanted white, and this was like a marshmallowy white that I really liked at the nail salon. So then he found this kit for me, and I've had it ever since. But yeah, and I think it's funny because when I was growing up, I had a stuffed animal that I called the same thing, and she was called Funny Bunny, and she was a little pink bunny, and it's funny that my favorite nail polish color is called the same thing.
Funny bunny.
Funny Bunny. We're headed to the grocery to get our groceries for the week. We are going to go to Publix. That's our favorite store here in Florida right now for groceries. They seem to have the freshest, and we like that they do the BOGO, so like they usually run chicken for buy one, get one free. We just don't really enjoy our Walmart, and the only other options are like Walmart and Target, and our Target grocery section is always picked over. Walmart is like hit or miss. And then we used to have Sam's Club, but we stopped that membership because we came up on our year and we just didn't feel like we were getting our use out of it. So we are off to Publix. We made it home from Publix. We stopped and got some pizza on the way just because both of us were exhausted and didn't want to have to cook tonight. It was a little rough because trying to get to the grocery, she just got uncontrollable in the car. I'm not sure why, because we fed her before we went, so I don't know if she just... We try to usually wait like an hour before we leave, so that's what we did, but I don't know if she got like a little bit of the tummy ache or like just wasn't happy. So we had to pull over for a little bit and calm her down, and then we made it through the grocery, got our pizza, got home, and fed her, because then by that time it was time for our next feeding. So we did that, and now it's basically time for bed. We're just trying to coax her to sleep. She's in this little phase where she's not napping a lot during the day, and I don't know how to get her to nap more. So I think she's just like so overly stimulated by nighttime that it's hard to then coax her to sleep because she's just so overly tired. So Jack's out there with her right now trying to coax her to sleep, and we're going to try to figure out how we can get her to sleep a little bit more during the day, because I think that would help her at nighttime, because at nighttime we don't usually go places because it's just like her fussy time, like anywhere from like 6 to until she falls asleep, or like 7 or 8 if we're just depending on the day. But it was really cute today because she's on the verge of rolling over, and so that's super exciting. And then we've been working on tummy time with her, and then of course today on tummy time was one of the times she fell asleep. It was so cute. I didn't leave her there obviously, but like I'm working on tummy time, and then her eyes are closed, and then she's passed out, and I'm like, really? We have the only baby in the world probably that falls asleep during tummy time. But thanks for joining us, and we will see you around like a donut.